days of October are quickly dwindling. It will soon be our favorite month of the year as whitetail hunters. Mature bucks are becoming increasingly more visible as they seek out the first receptive does in their home range. However, it's still not easy to find one in front of your stand this time of year. With that in mind and the temperatures in the 70s, Dad and I head out to a Radix stand overlooking a bean field with hopes of reducing the doe population on the North Farm.
So today's the 24th. We're out here in the afternoon on what we're calling the North Farm. It's over 70 degrees, so it's a little bit warmer than we like, but hey, my time's limited, so we're gonna see what happens tonight, see if we can get something come by.
Well, we ended up seeing several deer tonight. We didn't see any of the shooter bucks that I had on camera up there, but we saw probably close to 10 deer.
Oh, I'd say so, yeah.
And we decided that we'd go ahead and take a doe because obviously there's several around. There always is on this farm, so I don't mind shooting at least a couple a year, if not more, if I get the chance to do so. But we were about 10 yards too far. I don't know how it looked on camera, but they came out about 35, and then they just kind of worked their way off from there. We did have a little spike buck come in, pushing one of the older does around, so he's a little antsy, a little ahead of time of the year, but we're getting close. So overall, it's a pretty good sit, and maybe next time we'll get on something, getting to the point now where you'll be getting low on hunts, and
Yes, definitely.
kind of going to be to the point where we're going to want to start targeting bucks anyway. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Despite considerably lower temperatures, a rain-filled weekend kept deer activity at a minimum for me this time around. As the skies finally clear, I settle into the stand at the cabin for a cold morning sit.
All right, it's October 30th, coming off of this really wet weekend. It was supposed to be, thought it was gonna be pretty good. And I think it, for some guys it probably was, but for us it rained pretty much all weekend, and I think it kept them laid down. So it finally let up sometime early this morning, and I think that's gonna have them on their feet and moving around a little later, getting back to their beds. So I'm hoping that shed buck will be in here. I know he's living close, that's why I've been hunting here so much. We haven't been busted by anything yet, so we're not hurting anything. But hopefully he'll make an appearance. He hasn't been on this plot. We're sitting at the cabin plot. He hasn't been in here yet in daylight this year, but I know he's gonna be at some point. Right now's the time of year where you just kind of got to be the camera and hope that the first time he shows up is when you're there. So that's what I'm hoping for on him. We do have those other two nice deer in here, but knowing that shed buck's around, I probably wouldn't shoot either of them. It would be cool to see them and get some video though. We've had some does working in here. This is really the best plot that I've got. That's better than the other one. And then the stuff I've planted into the beans looks okay, but probably saw some of that from yesterday's hunt. But we'll see. It's been really slow for the last week still for us. I know we're looking forward to this colder weather this week. It's actually like 37 this morning with a wind chill of 31. So hopefully even that's 10 degrees colder than it was yesterday. So we had a good front move through Saturday, and then this kind of back end of it. So usually a good time to be in the woods. We'll see if anything's moving by today. Hopefully again that shed buck will be in here cruising, checking for some does or hitting scrapes on his way back to bed, and we can get him in here and get an arrow through him. But that's the plan anyway.
Later that evening, 20 miles to the north, Blake returns to the Inner Sanctum food plot where he killed his buck last season, hoping to see what's been working the active scrapes in the area.
Good afternoon, y'all. It is October 30th. We are just about to the good stuff. I mean, we're right on the edge. We had a great big front come in yesterday afternoon, and all night it rained. Most of the afternoon yesterday even rained, and a good part of the morning. It was cloudy and overcast till about mid-morning, and it was cold. It was almost 80 degrees Friday, and now it is, I think it got to 42 today. For most of the morning it was in the high 30s. So I was able to start work early and slept down here. It has been almost week and a half since I've been hunting last. I had obligations. I wasn't able to hunt this past weekend. But I snuck down here to this food plot that's really low and gets out of the wind real good because this front has brought in some crazy wind. So I figured if they're going to be moving, they're going to be moving low. And as I was slipping up from my stand to the trail camera that I have on this food plot, just from the trail camera I could see 4 good scrapes. So they've been hitting this. Could be mostly at night, but we never know. I haven't been able to check this camera either. So we're just gonna sit back and see what happens tonight. Never know, we might see something good. Was in this plot earlier. They left about 5:30, and they went back into their bed the same way they came into the plot. But it is now 6, a little after 6, and they started busting up across through the woods on the other side. There's a doe right here. But anyway, a buck came in and busted them does up from the pond. I almost knew she was close, but she just wanted to get rid of her pond. But another doe just came in, and she's right here underneath me. I'll try and turn the camera around. Oh, here comes a buck. There's a nice buck right
over 70 degrees, so it's a little bit warmer than we like, but hey, my time's limited, so we're gonna see what happens.
Coming off of this really wet weekend, it was supposed to be, thought it was gonna be pretty good. And I think it, for some guys it probably was, but for us it rained pretty much all weekend, and I think it kept them like
Been hitting this. Could be mostly at night, but we never know. I haven't been able to check this camera either. So we're just gonna sit back and see what happens tonight. You never know, we might see something good.
After another slow week, Blake's encounter with the two promising young bucks has us excited for the upcoming rut. The next couple weeks are often the best of the season for seeing mature whitetails in daylight. With our cameras continuing to heat up and the current weather pattern holding temps below 50, we're eager to see what the coming days hold in our fall pursuit.